try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. Looking for change, looking for pain, pulling a mob, pushing a train. I'll never stop, stick to a lane, pick up the pieces and go rearrange. I'll be the best above all the rest, put me to the test and expect nothing less, you check as I'm chess, what's happening next, yeah. He got the venom, a tangible weapon, no coming in second. This life is a lesson, he got a new engine from pain, that's a blessing. New focus, no guessing, just bold and obsession, all in his possession. You got their attention, I'll leave an impression and take a redemption. Just kill, no discretion, your mind is a weapon. 11-11, it's time for progression, oh!
So in the previous video that we've done, I've actually, let me go back to full screen here quickly. In the previous video on YouTube last week, YouTube is actually quite amazing, right? And I've now noticed this with YouTube and Twitter. Sorry, I'm catching on a bit late. But if YouTube's algorithm picks up anything to do with suicide and anything horrific, they actually put a block on the video. So they deleted last week's video. Not that I showed anything horrific, but it was assumed that with my title and my description, because I said something to the effect of 12-year-old commits suicide and sister finds him. So the algorithm picked up on that, and immediately they removed the video, and they they actually reached out to me and offered some help. Let me share the email that was sent. And I think this is quite amazing at what they're doing. It might not be accurate because, again, like I say, I did not share any. I would never share anything that is gruesome and that promotes suicide. I was trying to create awareness, and we were driving, prevention of that. But this is simply what they said. We're reaching out because members of the YouTube community, including fellow creators, viewers, or staff, are worried about your safety or well-being after coming across your content posted with references to actual suicide or self-harm behavior. All right. So my title may have been a bit shocking, and the only reason why I put that title in there is because I wanted people to actually click into the video and get some knowledge on how we can help prevent this from happening. So thank you, YouTube, for reaching out, but I am completely fine. I'm stable. I have no thoughts of suicide. I'm just trying to help create awareness. All right, so as I mentioned today, that's exactly what we're going to be covering. I just want to bring up the Sadag website here quickly, and the part that they cut off was actually, I guess, with removing the video, half of my video was cut off. So I went through the myths last week, and you can I'll leave a link to that one in the description, or it should pop up here somewhere on the screen. Okay, if you'd like to watch the last one, and that was covering 8 myths. I think it got to the 7th myth. But in any case, the link to Sadag's website is on there, and that's sadag.org, right? And the link to their website should be there as well. I'll put it in the description. But it went up to the infograph. Sorry, you guys have to help me here. Infograph. How do we pronounce it? In any case, it's little bits of information put together, summarized, just a 2-pager for you to read through, and it lists all the myths there. Okay, so that video is in the description. And then, I just want to go through the rest of the video because that's the part that was cut off, and that's the hopeful part. Okay, we've got the myths, we busted the myths, and now we're going to actually go into what you can do to help someone who you actually suspect, is leaning towards self-harm. Okay, we can never be sure, but better safe than sorry. Okay, so here's the website. Right, so as I said, it's sadag.org, sadag.org. Right, and I'm just going to go full screen here quickly. Under the suicide tab here, there's teen suicide prevention. Okay, I see they focus heavily on teens, but this is not just for teens. It's the same signs for adults as well. And I just scrolled down here, and this is what I was going through. So the last one I went through were these myths. Okay, and these are all downloadable, right? So you guys can go through those myths there. You can go through the video, and then we've got possible warning signs. Okay, and that's what I want to go through today. Right, so let's see what they actually saying here. Let me zoom in a little bit more for you guys watching on your cell phones. Let's see if I can. I think that should be fine. Right, I'm sure you guys can see that now. Right, so how to identify the warning signs? Right, they've broken it down into 3 categories, I guess. Talk, behavior, and mood. Alright, let's go into talk. So talking, writing, drawing, or posting online about death, dying, hurting themselves. Right, these are the warning signs. Now, I had a mom last week who actually sent a video, and she was concerned about the daughter. The one thing I picked up is that the daughter actually said that she's feeling like dying, and it's suspected, and from what the mom is saying, she's been alienated from her daughter and she's trying to mend the relationship. But if you understand alienation, there's a lot of brainwashing that goes on, and this daughter is displaying hate towards her mom. She's also, according to a mom, she's making up outlandish stories, and it said in the video there, everything from a mom abusing her since she was a child and locking her in the room, of which the mom says none of it has happened. So those are the serious things that one parent could actually implant in a child's mind just to break that relationship. Right, so this child was mentioning a few of these things, and immediately, because I've gone through these, this infographic is very helpful. I managed to sort of just coach this lady into getting her immediate help. I'm no professional, but I made it serious enough for her to see the seriousness, and she's acting on it fast now. She's getting a daughter medical help, and that's about all we can do, guys. We can just know what to look for and spread the awareness. That's the minimum that you can do. Okay, so if you're still watching, thank you so much that you are still watching. Okay, please hit the like button, subscribe to this channel, and hit the notification bell so that you don't miss out on future posts. Okay, so saying things like, I wish I wasn't here anymore, everyone would be better off if I was dead. Not the exact words from this little girl, and she's only 12, but something to that effect. Okay, she did, however, mention that she wish she wish she could just die. So behavior: withdrawing, drastic change in eating or sleeping habits, no energy. Right, these are the signs. Agitated, saying goodbye or giving away prized possessions. Now, I just recently came across something from a post, a video that a few artists, I guess they artists, I don't know, but they were interviewed and they were talking about Ricky Rick. And this one guy says he got 2 pairs of Gucci's from Ricky Rick. Now that can either be seen as this guy being very generous, or it's a prized possession that is giving away. So if only we knew beforehand, is what I'm saying, guys. Prevention. We can. You can't fix it after it's done. And Ricky Rick did mention in a video also that I've done, I'll leave the link of that, that he actually did take pills before. He said he's been speaking and been thinking of suicide. Spoke openly about it on the show. So yeah, we can't let this continue. We can't lose more people, period. I almost said like Ricky Rick, but not. I don't want to make it seem like only celebrities' lives are important here. Every life is important, right? So the mood: loss of interest, isolating from family and friends, rage, irritability, depression or anxiety symptoms. These are all the warning signs, okay? So this is what they say. Even if you see one of these warning signs, don't wait, don't leave it. Talk, listen, and connect to help. And they even break down how you can talk, all right? So how to talk to someone who may be feeling or thinking about suicide. So it is safer to ask than not asking at all. Back to the lady that I spoke about with a 12-year-old that was displaying signs and actually openly like she created a video saying that she wished she wasn't here. She was scared to actually speak to her daughter about this at first, and I encouraged her, speak to her. She came back, and I asked her a day or two later, how did it go? She says, oh, it was a terrible idea. Her daughter hates her even more. And I'm saying it was not. You've made it aware that you know about how she feels. The worst thing you can do is ignore her feelings. Okay, and this is exactly what I mean. These are the people. I think Sadak has been around for 28 years. I stand to be corrected, but that's what I think I heard from the manager. So there's a wealth of experience. Their website is extensive, and again, I give my apologies if you watched any previous videos where I've blasted Sadak for not answering the phone. I'm fixing that right now, saying that they are doing the best that they can, but they do need resources. Some of which I will speak about by the end of this video, okay? But yeah, I've also lent a helping hand, and I'm waiting. I'm actually hoping that that someone from the organization in a leadership role would come on the show and just tell us more. Just tell us how we can get involved as a community, as humans. It's not just a South African problem, So yeah. Back to my point. Sorry, I ramble on a bit, but I can come back. The point I was trying to make is that this mother felt that she should not have spoken to a child, and if she did not, anything could have happened. So these are the guidelines here, not what I came up with, right? This is what's been told by professionals, by experts that have been dealing with this. So I'm really, this is how you talk to them. I'm really worried about you and I want to help you. I've noticed you have been very down. Okay, sorry, let me bring that up on the screen. Makes more sense. Right, so I'm really worried about you and I want to help you. I've noticed you have been very down lately. Is now a good time to chat more? Please. Right, or you can say, I've noticed you haven't been yourself lately. Are you okay? Let's talk about it. Please talk to me. I want to help. Remember, their feelings matter, right? And they feel very real and scary. So these are the 4 things that, these are just conversation starters, but you can say something along these lines to get them to start talking, even if they act out in rage or whatever the case may be. It's best to get those feelings out than bottled up and exploding later. Make sense? So please do remember that their feelings do matter, and they feel really sad. Don't dismiss the way they're feeling. Right? Comfort is the key here. You have to take everything they're saying seriously. In the previous video where I've done the myth, one of the myths was that people who want to commit suicide are trying to seek attention, and I bust that myth right there. Okay, so like I said, the description for that video, you can go back and watch that one. Please do watch that one. It ties in with this video as well, but I can't cover that in this video as well. It's going to be way too long. All right, so here's what you need to continue doing as well. Listen, ask questions, and try to understand what they are dealing with. Right? You can never put yourself in their shoes, but again, don't dismiss. Don't say, that's nothing. Sometimes it might seem like what they are telling you is minuscule. It's something that a normal human being should just be able to handle. Like, for instance, bullying at school with a teenager. Man, you big, why you, this is what some parents say, why you carrying on like a morphy, why you, why are you being a bitch? This is what some parents say, or some fathers would say to their children. But acknowledge that what they are feeling, and you say you are going to sort it out together with them, and you take action. Right? Ask them directly if they have any thoughts or plans of suicide. And this is exactly the opposite of what that mum that I told you about had actually felt. She felt that she should not have spoken about that at all. And if she hadn't spoken about it, then the child might just feel that they aren't being heard, that they aren't cared about, and that's a feeling of isolation. So that is one of the things that can actually push them over the edge. Not avoiding it, if that makes any sense. So if you avoid it, you could push the child over the edge. But speaking openly about it could get them to open up, or at least accept help, and it is recommended that professionals get involved. All right, so here's how to get help for someone who is suicidal. Don't leave the person alone, right? Offer to get help together. You're not sending them off. You're going for a therapy session together with them. You guys are going to speak about it. You are holding your child, your husband, your friend, the person who is showing these signs. You're holding their hand all the way. All right? That's the support that they need. Thank them for opening up and telling you how they are feeling, and that you need to get more help. Speak to an adult, parent, or teacher that you trust to get help ASAP, right? Teachers, please. I'm gonna go into that section now where parents and teachers can actually just read up on to get more information. I've had an experience with my daughter's school where the teacher has completely ignored my request to have my child assessed when I saw signs of my daughter withdrawing and not being herself anymore. And the teacher, the principal dismissed it because she's on the mother's side. So this isn't about picking sides here. It's about the best interest of my child. And I swear if anything happens to my child, that school is going to pay for it. Right? And when I mean pay for it, it's criminal. It's something that they could have prevented. And it's something that I need to actually get onto. So I'm tired of being ignored because people want to pick sides here. The only side that should be picked is the child's side and what's best for her, not what you think is best for her. Okay, so if my child was assessed, she was asked, maybe she could have opened up, and I honestly don't know what's going through her mind right now. I don't want to think about it. If I do go into that state of mind again, I'm going to be breaking down, and I can't have that. I've got a lot of people depending on me. I've got a cause to drive here. It's not just saving my child anymore. It's trying to save as many children as we can from abuse. All right, and this is where it starts. I believe that, and this was confirmed, by the way. I'll cover that in a moment. Let me not ramble on here. But it was confirmed with someone, a representative of. In fact, I spoke to two, and I told them what parental alienation is all about. They didn't know much about it until I told them a scenario. I gave them a story, and they're like, no, that is straight up abuse. They can absolutely see how parental alienation can contribute to suicide. It's not they can't say it's the leading cause, but they can definitely see how it is a contributing factor to someone becoming depressed and committing suicide ultimately. So these are things that we're trying to, if we attack parental alienation and eradicate that, the numbers in suicide, I believe, will dramatically reduce. The number in calls that these people receive, 2,500 calls on average a day, and there's only 250 consultants. That's an average of 100 calls per person. it's impossible to handle that much. It's not a 2-minute call you're having with people on the line. You know what I'm saying? It's people who are depressed, who want to be heard. You can't shove them off. So I understood afterwards why I couldn't get through to them, and why sometimes they might not even be able to get back, is because they're an NPO and they're running on fumes here. They're literally running on donations, and it doesn't seem like they're getting much of that either. So I've also pitched in there. I told them that I can help. I can help in any way that I can. I'm a digital marketer. I can build systems for them to help automate the whole process, to maybe take off the workload. So guys, if you possess a skill that can help Sadak, please do reach out to them. The contact numbers are here below on the screen, as you can see. And please don't call them and try to charge them. I called them and I offered my services, I offered my skills for free, because I can only imagine what a parent goes through losing a child, or what a child goes through losing a parent as a result of suicide, you know. So get help from a mental health professional as soon as possible. A GP, psychiatrist, psychologist, school counselor, head of department, social worker. Again, I shared my story there with principals and teachers just dismissing what I was saying. Remember that these children, especially teens, adults can deal with it a little bit better, but we've gone through COVID. We've gone through a hell of a crisis where children were isolated, but not by choice. It was the law. We had to stay indoors. But those are all contributing factors to stress. And a lot of mothers have actually used COVID to keep the children away from fathers. I know that's happened to me personally, right? My time with my child was cut down to, I think I saw her 5 times last year. And I'm supposed to see her every weekend, or whenever, according to our court order. There was nothing prohibiting me from seeing her anytime. In fact, I should have had midweek contact, but distance doesn't allow for that. In any case, call the suicide helpline. That's one of the things that you have to do. 0800 567 567 for help, suggestions, and resources. And if you don't get through the first time, don't do what I did and blast them. As I've mentioned, they are inundated, but there are a lot of resources on their website. There's webinars that you can watch. There's immediate. So phoning them and not getting through, go on their website, read up on the resources that they've got there. There's tremendous resources. We'll go through I won't watch the webinars now. Again, it will be too much, but I'll show you where to find all of those things in a moment. Right, so remember, you are not alone in this. You don't have to fix the problem. There is help and support. Okay, so you don't have to play therapist. You don't have to counsel. You just need to be aware, and you need to act fast. You need to support the person in need and direct them. All right, just direct them to the professionals. If the person has tried to hurt themselves or take their own life, get them to the nearest hospital urgently. Right, and again, these are the numbers here that you guys can call. I just want to go through some of the resources here for parents and teachers. All right, see, there's a teachers webinar here, 14th to the 21st of February. I think if you click on this, let's see. Okay, this one actually, this one has ended. So the teachers webinar should be on the site somewhere. I know there's, if you go in here, webinars and podcasts, there's a whole lot that you can watch here. Parents Connect webinar. Here's the teachers one. Okay, so guys, explore the website. you know what? Let me see if I can't just. I'm gonna copy this. I'll actually post this in the chat. So if you guys want to go through, if there's any teachers, parents watching this that needs to know more about it, I'm going to post a link there to that after this live. Okay, so I think that's it for now that I'm covering. Is there something else that I needed to cover? I don't think so. I don't know. No, I think that's it. Right. If there's anything that I missed or anything that you'd like me to talk about on the next show, please do leave in the comments. Again, please do not forget that we do need funding. We need help to continue raising awareness, not just for teen suicides, but parental alienation as well. There's millions of parents and children suffering because of these injustices around the world. And we just want to bring everyone together so that we have one voice, so that we can actually be heard and actual change can start happening. All right. So we need a minimum of $500 just to keep this podcast going, and to help us also advertise and reach more parents across the world. Okay. So please, any donations will be accepted and appreciated. On that note, on the next video, we will be covering. I think what we'll do is we'll go into the parents, the webinar there, and hopefully by Wednesday, right? That's when the next live will be. Hopefully by Wednesday, I can have someone from SADC. We actually are scheduling a meeting to discuss with the operations manager how we can streamline processes more and introduce some automation. So if you call through and you are not answered immediately, at least there's some sort of automation like a chatbot that will message you immediately, get all the information, have you talking and answering the questions that they would be asking you anyways on the line. So by the time you do get through to a consultant, when a consultant gives you a call back, which is the process that they follow, they need to give you a call back 3 times. So as far as one of the consultants has told me. So once they call you back, they've got all the information and they can help you a lot quicker and direct you a lot faster, which means they can get to the next call because there are so many of these calls coming through. So that was my solution. Just quickly off the top of my head that I spoke about with the manager. If you guys are in the position to actually give solutions yourselves, then please reach out to them. The number again, you can, let me just go back there. The number is on that infographic that I was covering there, right? 0800 567 567. And yeah, they will, if they don't get through to you, they should give you a call back, or you can SMS 31393, and these are toll free, so don't worry, you don't need airtime with these guys. All right, so that's it for this show. Please stay safe. Please remember to spread the word. You know, if you can't donate, at least share this video, okay? Subscribe to the channel. Let people know this is happening. You know the warning signs now, at least some of them. You know the website. If I hate to say if this interests you, this is not a case of interest. It's a case of humanity, okay? It's a case of we're starting to look after one another. Okay, which is what God intended for us to do in any case. So love your neighbor. Look out for one another. You know, you could save a life. On that note, I'm going to leave you guys. I'll see you on Wednesday again. Right? Stay safe. Peace, love, and stay aware. Right? Spread the word.
Fast asleep when they scheming. Better stand tall, ready for the fight, believe me. And when they try to change, you can say no, free me.